Morning, everybody. First of all, I just want to remind everybody that on Sunday morning at 10 a.m., we have an amazing speaker, Adina Stillerman, and she's going to be giving a talk called Parenting Under Pressure, which I think is something that we can all relate to right now. That will be followed by a in-person debriefing and processing session at 11 o'clock on Monday morning at our house. Make sure to look at the email down below and you'll get all the details, but sign up for that before Shabbat if you can. It's going to be a great talk. She's fantastic. I just want to continue along with our topic, which is why the first temple was destroyed, the spiritual reasons for it. So we've mentioned so far two of the reasons. One was murder, the Talmud says, and the other one was sexual immorality. The third one is idolatry. Now, idolatry is a little bit hard to relate to because I don't know about you, but I personally don't have a desire to get down on my knees and bow down to a little statue. It's not something that I think about a lot. But idolatry obviously has a much broader application than literally bowing down to idols. Idolatry is any time that I deny God's existence in my life, or I fail to see God's involvement in my life, or I put my own ego in front of my connection to Hashem, that is a form of idolatry. Or any time that I attribute some power or success or achievement or accomplishment to anything other than God, including myself, that is a form of idolatry. Because ultimately, we make an effort, we put out our input, let's say, but really what determines the results or the success or failure is completely in Hashem's hands. It's completely in God's hands. Idolatry, eradicating idolatry, means to open ourselves up to seeing the divine role in our lives. Opening up our eyes and seeing Hashem's personal loving embrace and involvement. You know, there's a famous story that one of the disciples of the great Kotzker Rebbe once were in the presence of their master, and the Rebbe, the rabbi from Kotsk, the Kotzker Rebbe, said to his disciples, "Where is God?" That was the question that he asked his students, and they all had their own theory. God is in the synagogue, or God is in the home, or God is in... And he said, "You're all wrong. You know where God is? God is wherever you allow him to enter." Okay, so really it's up to us to determine how much we want to let godliness into our lives and how much of that connection we want. It's almost Shabbos. Shabbos is the ultimate time to stop and to put our own ego and to put our own efforts and our own human endeavor aside and to allow God to take over for 25 hours and to feel his presence in our lives and to feel that connection. Take advantage of it. We need to correct the mistakes that we made that led to the destruction of the temple. And one of the ways that we can do that is to use Shabbos as a vehicle for eradicating our idolatry, the idolatry in our lives, the tendency that we all have to push God aside instead of letting God in. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Have a great Shabbos.